This is Saywell Road, Luton, near the junction with Bloomfield Avenue. It's Monday the 3rd of December. Once again, the scum that feel it's right to leave rubbish and dump it in this road. 2 sacks here and on the hill. When a whole lot of rubbish was left here on the 16th of November, it was reported in the afternoon, and that was a Friday. I reported it in the afternoon. By Saturday morning, yellow signs saying environmental crime scene were put on, apparently by the enforcement team. However, by Monday afternoon they were still there, and I had to ring the town hall, and the gentleman said, well, they hadn't heard from the enforcement team, and they weren't allowed to move it until they had been told and that made sure it wasn't hazardous. However, I persuaded him to move it that afternoon, and I want to know, I sent a letter to Hazel Simmons, the leader of this council, who got the MB in January for her great services to this town. I don't know anybody who thinks that's true, but still. And she wrote saying, she didn't answer my letter. I asked her, was that the council's procedure to leave things for days on end until, in case it might be hazardous? So it was actually blocking a whole path at the time. At least this is on the roadway. And she didn't bother to answer. And when I wrote, she said, oh, I didn't answer because one of my officers, you think she was the sergeant major, one of her officers had told her that it had been moved, which it had, and that they had contacted me. They had not contacted me, and I wrote again this weekend. It's time she spelt out clearly what the policy is. Is it Labour's policy, Labour Council's policy in Luton, to leave sacks here after they've been reported, and the enforcement team come even put notices on to say it's an environmental crime scene, and nothing is done for days on end? Right, Hazel, perhaps you'd like to answer me this time. Have the courtesy to answer. Luton Council have reduced the collection of black bins from every week till every 2 weeks. At a full council meeting about a month ago, Mr Akbar Dan Khan, representing the Muslim community, protested vehemently. And at the end he said, nobody listens. He should get used to it. They didn't listen to us when we had a 10,000 handwritten petition for Wigmore Library. This council listens to nobody. They have stupid consultations, they make up their mind before, and they just waste their time and our time as well, which is obvious to all the residents. So this is December the 4th. And this pillow has been left. This is in the alleyway behind Saywell Road. They're always dumping things here. And Hazel Simmons, leader of the council, hasn't even had the courtesy to reply to the letter I sent last week, requesting her to actually tell us her policy on collection of litter. The enforcement officers leave a memo and then don't tell the cleansing department, and they were going to write with the other litter before, saying that they'd ask them to pick it up, and if they didn't, they would actually pick it up and send them the bill. Why don't they just prosecute if they've got proof of the culprits, which they told a friend of mine they had? These bags of rubbish and the 2 on the hill were reported to street services on the afternoon of Monday, December the 3rd. On Tuesday, December the 4th, some scum had left another bag round the corner where they usually do with an old pillow. When I realised that, I came and put this notice on the original bags and to get them to get the ones on the hill, because they may not notice those. However, it is now December the 5th, Wednesday. The bags are still here, and Hazel's office is still not reported. One lady wrote back and said Hazel hadn't noticed the other questions on my letter. It's hard to see how someone in her position could ignore when you ask is their policy to leave things for days after the enforcement officers have been, and they haven't even informed the street services, and they were going to write to somebody to ask if they would like to remove them. You couldn't make it up in this town. Anyway, let's see what the response is now. I'm going to put this on YouTube.